Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Oh my goodness, I hope that they're okay. Oh, hi, third grade. It's Mrs. Nix here. I'm so excited to be with you. But I do have to tell you a little something here. I'm really curious what's going to happen to Tintin. You've never heard of Tintin? The Adventures of Tintin? Oh my goodness. If you love to read like comic strips, these are fantastic. And they're so almost nail-biting adventures. I think you would enjoy it. Tintin has a really fun little dog. I think his name was Spot. Anyways, we'll have to find out. I definitely want to see how things are going to end. Right now, they're stranded in a boat. We'll find out. These are some of my own children's favorite stories, and I think my husband even read them when he was a kid. So maybe your parent or your adult that's at home, maybe they're familiar with these books, and they can help you find them. You know, there's a couple of places you can find them. You can find them over at your county library, or maybe check on Sora, see if they're there, and you can check them out through there. Speaking of Sora, here in Fresno Unified, we love to celebrate reading, and one of the ways that we do that is we count down the top schools in our district that are checking out books online through Sora. In this week's countdown of the top 5 schools for checkouts, we had Olmos in 5th place, and in 4th place, if I can get my finger around on this, we have, oh my goodness, you guys, it's the Bernie Bears. So Bernie, great job with checking out your books in Sora. So if you would like to see your school make it onto this list, it's super easy. Like I said, all you need to do is check out your book through Sora and maybe tell a classmate or two. All right, I'm super excited to be here with you, supporting you to become amazing thinkers, readers, and writers. And are you ready to start thinking today? Because I also want to put in a little bit of a plug for our activity books. They're going to help you think so much more because there's so many fun puzzles in here. How do you get one of these for free? It's super easy. See this address that's popping up on the bottom of your screen? Write it down. All you need to do is send me a note. You can let me know what you're learning at school, or you can tell me what you've seen here on PBS, or maybe you have a question, and I'd be happy to answer it. There's also a web address there. You can send me an email, but don't forget to include your return address. And I'll put one of those activity books in the mail just for you, and it doesn't cost anything. All right, boys and girls, are we ready to get started today? I have 3 things that we're going to go through. The first one, we're going to talk about some variant vowels. Then we're going to go on and we're going to talk about Greek and Latin roots. And then we're going to finish today with a little bit of comprehension looking at context clues. You ready to start? Okay, let's get going. We're going to start with these high frequency words. Remember, these are those words that you come across often in your reading and writing. And so if you notice one today and you go, ooh, I could practice that one a little bit more, jot it down, practice it. You can do this. All right, big and loud, reading with me at home. Let's read our 10 words this week. Here we go. Than, tin, tell, take, stop, such, start, soon, so, and some. Nicely done. We have 2 of them right here we're going to just kind of focus on today. The first one is take, T-A-K-E, and the other one is tell, T-E-L-L. Help me put them in a couple of sentences here. Let's read them. You read them at home. Here we go. I can by your smile that you are happy. Think about which one would go there. You may as many candies as you'd like. You may tell as many candies. Do we tell candies things? No, we take candies, right? Someone's offering them. You can take as many candies as you'd like. but don't take too many because you might get a tummy ache, right? I can by your smile. How about I can tell by your smile that you're happy? I love it. That's great. So, boys and girls, great ways to practice and warm up our brains in the morning. Now let's get started. I want to talk about that variant vowel. And that first, the variant vowel we're going to work on today has to do with our straw card. I brought my sound spelling card so I would remember what sound I'm making. So, ah. Okay, there's a lot of ways we can spell ah, and so we're training our brains. We're thinking about that sound as we're looking at all of these different words and all of the different spellings that are there. Okay, let's go through, let's look at them and read some words that have that spelling pattern. So we have ah spelled A-W, like at the end of the word raw and at the end of the word straw. Nicely done. Ah can also be spelled A-U, like in the middle of hall, or right here in the middle of pause. Pause, good. A-L says all, and like in salt, or in the middle of halt. A-L-L says all, has that ah at the beginning, like in halls, or look at this one, baseball. Do you see that all at the end? Okay. Ah can also be spelled O-U-G-H, like in bought, or this one we just added the R, brought. And then finally we have W-A says wah. Okay, it's a little bit different. We've got wah, like in water or swap. Good job. Okay, let's switch gears for just a moment here. And we're going to look at and talk about Greek and Latin roots. Why do we have to learn about Greek and Latin roots when we speak English? Well, guess what? We borrowed a bunch of our words from these other languages. So many of our English words come from the Greek or Latin language. And learning Greek and Latin roots can help you figure out the meanings of unfamiliar words. Okay, we have two of them that we're practicing this week. We're going to practice graph. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. We're going to practice it again every single day this week. By Friday, you're going to say, oh, Mrs. Nix, I've got this. Okay, that's the goal, right? Okay, do you remember it? Here we go. The word part graph comes from a Greek word that means something written. Okay, here's our example. The word photograph means written picture. So it's printed, right? Okay, here's another one. The word part odd comes from the Latin word that means to hear or listen. So here's the example. The word audience means a group of listeners. Very cool. Okay, let's practice some of those variant vowels and those Greek and Latin roots. Okay, so right here we've got a whole bunch of words that are in our box, and we want to be able to put them in the correct heading. We're going to sort them out. And so we're looking for the ah sound, so we're going to sort them by their spelling pattern. So we have our AW, our AU, our ALT. Do you see kind of how these are? ALK, ALL, and OUGH. Okay, so help me sort some of these. So we've got chalk. Do you see chalk? That's right. ALK says ah. There we go. How about this one? Thought. Does it have the ah sound? Yes. And what's the spelling pattern for that? OUGH. You got it. So we're going to move it over here. Okay. Caused has AU. Good. So we're going to move it down here. We've got halt has the ALT like in salt. And stock has the ALK. Good job. Malt, M-A-L, or the A-L-T, sorry. Small has that, look right here at the end, A-L-L. Good, let's put it right there. Brought has the O-U-G-H, just like we did when we were practicing. Good. And are you starting to see it? Do you see the pattern? A-L-L, halls, makes that ah. We've got crawl has the AW, lawn has AW, and paused has AU, so right over here. Nicely done. This is something you could easily do at home, is to be able to sort through and practice grouping your words together. Okay, here's our next part. We're going to work on those Greek and Latin roots. Now it says, read each sentence and underline the word with the root graph or odd. And we're going to circle the root. So here we go. We're looking for it. You help me. Let's read it. The president's autograph is very valuable. Do you see it? Yes, there's graph right there. So his autograph, that means a signature, right? It's written. I read a biography about a famous astronaut. Ooh, I see graph right here. Oops, I started to underline my Y, but it's just graph. Good. And then she had a great audition and won the lead role. You got it right here, odd. So remember that AUD means that they're listening, right? I read a graphic novel about a family from outer space. Do you see the word graph? Yep, right there. Excellent job. Okay, let's go through and finish off today practicing some context clues. Now, the beginning of the year, we talked about this anchor chart and went through all of the pieces, but if you remember with me, context clues are simply an opportunity for the author to give you, the reader, a little bit of a clue as to what a word you may not know means. So let's look. Here's a little bit of practice. Okay, adaptations are very important for keeping all animals alive and able to reproduce or have offspring. Okay, what is the author trying to tell us what reproduce means? So let's look for just a moment. When we are thinking about this, if I don't know what reproduce is, there's a comma and the word or have offspring. Do you think that that's what it means to when we reproduce, that it means that we're having offspring? Do you know what it means to have offspring? That's right, they're having babies. So the little animals are having babies. So I want to look down here, different types of context clues. One type would be if the author went through and defined it in text. Is this what the author did for us? Did they define it in text? Not so much. Let's look right here. Did they provide a restatement? Watch here. The word or phrase that defines or explains the word, and it's usually set off with the word or and has commas. Let's look. Do we see a comma and the word or? That's a great clue to look for when you come to a word that you may not know. Authors are always, they want to make sure that things are very clear for you. So look for some of these context clues as you are reading. Okay, thanks for hanging out with me this morning. I have had so much fun going through. We talked about our variant vowels, that ah sound, our Greek and Latin roots. Remember, we had graph and odd, and then we finished up with some context clues. All right, I encourage you to get that book open today and practice some of the things that we're working on. I know you can do great things. All right, thanks for hanging out with me this morning. Remember, you're responsible for your learning success. So listen, ask questions, and share your ideas, because together we can do so much more. Have a great one. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.